Then another thing I'll tell you that was very telling. Right at the end, when I was working at a call, I had a boss. She was completely incompetent. She didn't belong there. She didn't know what she was doing. It wasn't her fault. Seriously, self put her there. But she had no humility whatsoever. Her way of dealing with not knowing what to do was arrogance and trying to be a bully. And she was a little bit younger than me. Hated her. Because she couldn't recognize her own shortcomings and took it all out on us. Instead of saying, hey, you know why I'm here. Can we get this done? It was just like, and I get that she was under tremendous pressure. Turns out I think she was also being raped. Or whatever we're calling it, So we were getting yelled at by the searching sub almost daily. We'd have to go to the ranch to get yelled at. And it got to the point where I was like, hey, it's 2 o'clock. We got to be at the ranch by 2:30 to get yelled at. Let's get over there. Like, I didn't give a shit. Like, it's just getting yelled at again. So I walk in the ranch that particular day. And, I really took it to heart that we bow to no man. You only bow to the Guru. So I would never touch his feet, ever. So I walk in the living room and he says, get over here. My body language was probably 100%. I don't give a fuck. Can we just get yelled at and we can leave? He says, get over here. Massage my feet. I'm like, okay, right? I don't get massages. So I'm like doing it, and I'm sure I'm awful at it. He says, what are you doing? I'm like, massaging your feet? Like, again, I don't care. Like, we're just jumping through more hoops. I don't care. He says, come here. And he gets up out of the chair, and we start walking to the back of the ranch house toward anybody who's ever been in there. You go through the laundry room, and there was a bedroom back there, and then there was a hallway to the Gurdwara. We walk into the bedroom. He opens the door. I walk in first. I walk in front of him. He hit me so fucking hard in the back of the neck and then punched me in the head. I saw stars. I hit the floor, and he kicked me really hard. I mean, I'm on the ground. He kicked me to a fetal position. I'm not small. Wow. I had body armor on. I was wearing a gun. And he looks down at me and says, you're fucking useless. And I was like, oh, okay. Like, I was shocked. I was like, oh, you want to be real? And I jumped up and I said, give me 1 minute to explain. And he turned around and he just looked at me and looked at his watch. I said, you really want to turn this company around? Fire the boss. Get some people who know what they're doing. You actually want to get this thing to work? We need to do this. Like, we can do this. And he looked me up and down. He said, I will burn that fucking business to the ground around her before I ever fire her. Your whole job is to make sure she looks good. And walked out. He wasn't interested in making that business better. You have enough of those experiences, You're just like, yeah, okay, I see what we're doing here. I'm actually busting my ass and trying to make something better, and everything's working against me. I'm not saying every individual was, but like the system was not designed to make this place better. Right. So the weird thing is, like, it didn't even hurt. Like, it was worth it to me to have him hit me that hard if I got to have a moment of an honest conversation and say what I needed to say. That was worth it to me. To get it off my chest. If that's what it took to get him to actually open up and listen to me for a minute, I felt so much better just being honest, being able to speak honestly. It was interesting. As a whole, I'm telling you, I have forgotten more than I remember.
I believe you. I believe you. And also the span of time. I mean, from being a kid to like all these stages, it's just, it's so much potency. And I want to also say that as you remember more, as there's other things, I will always welcome you back. We can have another